A few years ago, the three of us, Kat, Jess, and I, rented a houseboat and traveled up and down the Big Rideau River.
We visited a few different little touristy areas along the route.
The first place we visited was the quaint little town of Merrickville.
After a visit in town and an overnight stay docked on the shore near the bridge, we traveled back down the Big Rideau to Smith Falls. Once there, we arranged for some friends to come and meet us in Centennial Park.
After a picnic in the park and some good times had by all, our friends headed back to Ottawa and we continued on down the Big Rideau towards Westport. Kathy, Jess, and I really enjoyed our boat cruise and enjoyed visiting those three places as well. So much so, in fact, that we vowed we would return someday, but likely not in a boat. Well, today is the day. Kat and I returned to one of those three places. Which one of these three, you wonder? Well, why not join us on the latest adventure to find out? Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm Kat.
And we're the Traveling Wildberries. I was scheduled to work on this particular weekend, but Kat, as usual, had the weekend off. So she was the one who ended up preparing the RV, this time in order that we could head out right away after my shift on Sunday.
We both had Monday off, which happened to be Ken's birthday, so
we were all set for Sunday overnight boondocking and then the whole day Monday just to hang out and enjoy the waterfront at these two parks, Centennial Park and Victoria Park in, wait for it, Smith Falls. Yes, that's right. We had such a great time in the park with our friends that time that we rented the houseboat that we decided to come back in the RV. We figured we could and likely would revisit the other two places as well someday, but that's another adventure. We got on the road a bit later than expected, but the journey was characteristic of a ride down the highway on an early Sunday evening.
and thus we pulled into the boondocking spot around 7 p.m.
After settling in, we went for a nice long walk.
We saw this cute little houseboat docked across from the park.
Interestingly, it was one of the ones we had seen when we were out on the houseboat a few years ago. We had actually chatted with the couple who own it, and they gave us a little bit of a tour.
Very nice folks, with a motto similar to ours: enjoy each and every day to the greatest degree possible.
We continued our walk and saw several nice boats on that side of the canal.
Then we crossed the bridge into Victoria Park, where we saw several nice RVs and trailers.
While checking out the plane monument in the park, we noticed that the plaque attached to it had a grammatical error.
Can you spot it?
We had the feeling it has been there for quite some time, and thus the error was likely already noticed and reported, but for whatever reason they decided just to leave it as is.
We continued on, past the RV park, crossing the other bridge on the other side, which turned our walk into a huge circle and steered us right back to where our RV was positioned.
We had a snack at the picnic table, then played some backgammon.
And yes, for those keeping tabs, I did indeed whoop his butt once again.
Again. Well, once it started getting dark, we moved inside the RV, watched a bit of news, and then went to sleep.
The next morning, I surprised Ken with a nice birthday card and this birthday cupcake. I had also made some homemade Rice Krispie Squares, a treat I know he likes, then smuggled them into the RV while I was packing things before Ken got home from work.
That was really nice, and oh boy, if I could bottle that wonderful and loving smile and sell it, I'd be rich. We later repositioned the RV to this new spot just around the corner from where we had boondocked the previous night. And look what we discovered.
This community center has hot and cold running water outdoor showers for swimmers to use to rinse off.
Now that's handy.
And that was pretty much it.
On the drive home, we noticed this interesting spire, which we discovered either was a dual-structured church/home decor emporium, or is simply a home decor emporium, but they decided to leave the church info intact for whatever reason. Either way, I grabbed a couple of pictures and then we headed on down the highway. Another journey done. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and remember, take care of yourself and each other.